All right, folks, Fat Guy Flies RC, the second ever flight. What? All right, chickens. Chickens are going nuts. All right, this is the second ever flight of the Arrows Husky 1800 millimeter. Let's see what we can do. I'm running a Zolp Power 5000 4-cell pack in there, and don't have her quite all the way forward. CG seems to work out really well, but not quite fall the way forward because she's a heavier pack. There's a nice presentation pass for you. Now I got them flaps all the way down. And just walking her in the park. A little walk in the park here. Yeah.
Time remaining 6 minutes.
Yeah. All right. Kind of got myself a little bit of altitude here, that way if I have a little bit of a problem. Now I'm going to land with the wind, which you're not supposed to do, but all right. But the sun's here at my right over here to the west here, and just really messes with the camera and my eyesight. And the last thing I want to do is lose sight of my plane because I'm temporarily blinded. I'd rather land with the wind and then be blinded and lose my plane for a few seconds. Because I tell you what, that can be the difference between a survivable landing and a terrible crash. So, and just losing your plane altogether. Now the last thing you want to do, you know, worst case scenario, is for that to happen, lose sight of your plane, and then the next thing you know, you've hit somebody. All right, luckily the sun went behind a cloud there. All right, I'll tell you what, folks, if I was to be able to come out here on a nice calm day where it's, you know, pilot's choice as far as wind and everything, man, I'm telling you right now, this thing could pull off some absolute greaser landings. I could just run around on her wheels with a tail up, you know, but not today. Not today. All right, I'm loving this plane though, man. All right, take off flaps this time. And she picks herself right up. Nice stall turn there, a stall turn there. Let's see if I can get a little of a knife edge there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she can be a knife edging machine. I'm going to tell you, folks, she flies an awful lot like the FMS PA-18, me and Ian's favorite bird across the pond. Hey Ian, how you doing? How's Cheryl? So anyways, yeah, that's our favorite plane together. But this is starting to give me giving that plane a run for this money. Whoa, hey, whoa, and there she goes. Well, you know what? That's the way it is. You got bad terrain and you're not really paying close attention as you should. Well, that's what happens. Now, hopefully, I didn't break my little antennas. It's got little antennas on top. Uh-oh, I think I see a piece. It's not supposed to be a piece in front. Uh-oh, I hope I don't have a real problem there, but we'll see. Don't think I do. Oh, I lost the skirt. Lost my skirt, man. Yeah, I did. Lost my skirt. Okay, this reminds me of my Carbon Z Cub, but that is not an issue. That just pops right back in there, and that pops on there, and that pops on there, and prop off. And let's get her turned over and get back. My antennas are fine, folks. They lived. They survived. All right. All right. That's why I love about phone planes. Sorry, didn't mean to look down there. Want to make sure I hit the right switch. All right. Man, I'm liking this plane, folks. I am liking this plane. Loving it. It's a good looking plane. Just in case it's the first time if you haven't watched my other video. This is 1800 millimeter Husky, put out by Arrows RC, sold by Hobby Zone. And there's no glue needed. The whole thing just bolts together. A 2 millimeter hex drive is all you need. That's all you need, 2 millimeter. The whole thing is, like I say, all 2 millimeter. It's got, if I remember right, it's got 4 screws that hold the wing in, 3 screws that hold the tail assembly in, and 3 screws for the landing gear. And then there's 2 screws that go in there and hold them struts in at the very bottom, the base of the fuselage. I literally put the plane together in, I want to say 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. But folks, I usually pretty well take my time when I'm putting a plane together, because I always like to test the servos and I'm running an AR36A Spectrum receiver, sport receiver, out of an older plane that had crashed on me, that it was unrecoverable. And I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. I know how to program those receivers. Got me a programming cable, and I actually have the programming set up for the receiver thinks that it's a clipped wing Cub. Because for the way because the key is not so much the plane. Well, obviously it's got to be a same kind of plane as far as channels and everything, but the key is where that receiver sits in the original plane. What that receiver is designed for is where it sits. That's the key. All right, folks, we're going to actually try. Let's get over here. We're going to actually try get up over the sun, so don't look at the sun and get blinded. We're going to bring her in here. I'm liking this plane, man. I got to come out here on a calm day and fly her. I can just imagine how much fun she'd be then. But anyways, the key is when you program those receivers, is the placement of the original, where it was in the original plane. You've got to put it the same. And when you look, and yeah, you say, well, you can go in there and reverse the directions and all that. Yeah, you can, but you need to try to mimic the original plane the best you can. And the placement of the receiver in a clipped wing Cub is dead center and right behind the battery, right up dead center. And so that's where the receiver is in this plane, and it's worked out wonderfully. I'm going to have to do the same thing again. Get up over the sun there, get up high. And I'm sorry, you're probably thinking, man, I can't see the plane. I'm getting blinded here. Like I say, folks, this is not, I'm doing a review of a plane and trying to work out trim and everything on a day that's really not good for flying planes. It's getting, this poor thing is getting jerked around everywhere with the wind. But anyways, still a great plane. I can just imagine, like I said, if I didn't have this cross runway breeze here, I can just imagine how much fun this plane would be. It'd be a lot more fun, a whole lot less of a headache to land. But all right, let's get her lined up here. Get her level. Get her level, get her level. Bring her down, kill the power. Back pressure, rudder correction. And a little too much, a little too jerky, a little too bouncy there. All right, we got 1 minute left. That means one more go around, don't it? Of course it does. And Pilot Ryan, your mix that you've got for the flaps is spot on, buddy. That 11% down for takeoff and 22% down for landing. That's spot on, buddy. That is perfect. This thing doesn't balloon at all without those ratios. All right, folks, there it is. That's the Husky. The Husky. Everybody else is filming this thing in cold weather. I'm in Florida. I'm hot. It's like 80 degrees here. And here it is, first part of February. All right, I got those flaps set on a 2-second deployment. But I'm loving this plane. Now, well, I think the sale might have ended. Today's the 10th. If you get in there today before midnight, you can knock 20 bucks off the price of this plane. She's $259. You can get her for $239. So, folks, I'll try to, you know, get that thing bought. It's a great plane. You're not going to regret her. You're not going to regret the purchase. So there you go, folks. That is the Husky by Arrows is the manufacturer, and Hobby Zone is where you can pick one up at. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and God bless. Are you a happy bird? You're a happy bird.